Also, this is an election year, a presidential election year. How we have a question from the audience, which was in my mind too, is how much does the tide turn with a possible possible change of administration from Democrat to Republican?
So I'm a huge reproductive rights advocate. I've come out several times against parental notification. I've started a campaign called the Silver Ribbon Campaign, where you wear a silver ribbon if you trust women to make their own personal health decisions. And when people ask you, is that a pink ribbon you're wearing? And you're like, no, it's a silver ribbon. And did you know the crazy stuff that's going down in Congress, such as they voted an act called Let the Women Die Act. If a pregnant woman shows up in the ER and if she's going to die unless you terminate her pregnancy, the doctor can say, let her die. And never in our country's history, I thought we respected the life of the woman. But as we know, the Republican platform makes no exception for abortion in case of life, in case the life of the woman, or rape, or incest. So I think it's huge, the difference between the parties. It's clear that if a woman has some horrific pregnancy and she needs to terminate it, we've seen several cases where a woman shows up in the ER, and if it's a Catholic hospital, they say we cannot do anything for her until she's in sepsis, until there is bacteria running through her blood amok and she's bleeding out and her blood pressure is dropping. Only then can we act, and that's just inhumane, treating women as second-class citizens.
And I'll add that in 2011, there was an unprecedented record of new restrictions against reproductive health access for women across the country in very many different states, many led by anti-choice legislators. So I think that that's really important to think about, that the election is an opportunity to change a lot of what's happening at the state level, at the federal level. Again, in 2011, there was the unprecedented move to stop funding for Planned Parenthood and other providers of reproductive health care services across the country by cutting the Title X family planning program. And so I think a lot of these things have been happening because there are in fact a lot of anti-choice legislators in Congress and at the state level. And so, so I think that the election allows an opportunity for folks who believe that reproductive health services and women's health and women's lives are important to act and to really look at who they're electing.